board for your preview of the finals of the Cincinnati Standard Open. I think we've got a pretty interesting one here. We have two decks that are very, very different from what we've seen in standard metagames past. The blue-white-red Miracle Control deck has some block heritage, but it's very different from the traditional lists, and it's gained a lot from the last two sets. And then the Frights deck, again, we've had, Unburial Rites decks before, but adding in Angel of Serenity, Grizzly Salvage, and Thragtusk to some extent, although that card has appeared before, really changes a lot of the dynamics. It makes these decks seem brand new again to most players, which is one of the reasons it makes this finals really hard to call. I'm not experienced with this particular matchup, I am not afraid to admit. I think it feels like Todd has kind of an edge. Both of the decks are comfortable trying to get the game into later turns, but Todd's deck doesn't have to bother defending itself against Chris's. He has a little bit of permission, he has access to stuff like Syncopate, but for the most part he can just fearlessly tap out for things like Jace and Tameo, because the things his opponent is trying to do are not actually as powerful. Like getting an Angel of Serenity into play is only so good. The Planeswalkers already generate value. Jace himself is especially good because you can just kind of draw cards all willy-nilly, and Jace's ability will shut down Lingering Souls, which is one of the few ways that Chris actually has to effectively attack Planeswalkers. It's going to be a bit of a cat and mouse game. Todd has a fair bit of creature kill he doesn't need in his main deck. He'll be siding all of that out for relevant spells if he can, and Chris going to do something of the same. Thragtusk is really not especially exciting. A lot of his cards are catered towards comboing off quickly, but when you're facing down an opponent who can actually handle you comboing, something like a Tameo, just tapping down the Angel you get back, it's a little more difficult. Gristlebrand could be an all-star. Todd can't pressure Chris's life total very much, so that makes Gristlebrand a lot stronger. It means you can draw cards more aggressively, and he himself is a very large threat also. So close match. I'm not really sure who has the edge because I'm not comfortable with the dynamic of the particular decks playing, but it should be interesting, and I'm pretty happy to see two completely new decks taking the stage in Standard, and no zombies winning, because man, you guys know I don't like the Undead Horde. I'm just not, it's not my jam. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it back. We're going to get the finals underway very soon, so enjoy. Chris Weidinger versus Todd Anderson.